What gift did you give that made you speechless by the reaction you got from it? 1. When our child was in a co-op preschool, one of her favorite teachers retired, so I made her a memory quilt using photos printed on fabric. At first, I was going to use photos from kids in the class with our child, but then other parents who had had that teacher that year asked if they could be included. I said of course. Then other parents who had had that teacher in previous years asked if they could be included. I said of course. Then parents of children who had graduated the co-op asked if they could be included. I said of course. I ended up with photos of 77 kids. What started out as a lap quilt ended up just barely fitting onto my 12 quilting frame. I collected the digital photos. I prepped the fabric for the photos and ironed it all onto freezer paper so I could print them. I printed all the photos. I cut everything for making those photos into square blocks set on point. I sewed all the blocks. Had to go through the tiny scraps to make enough fabric for a couple of the last blocks, then sewed all the blocks together. I sewed the border. I made a title and legend square of who all the kids were for the back. I sandwiched it with the batting and the backing. I loaded it all onto the quilt frame. I quilted the entire thing. I squared the entire thing. I sewed the binding on. It was a couple of months of